Round 1, we are going to start with a magic ring. I use a double magic ring. If you're unfamiliar with that, you can find those instructions in the introduction for the Friends Around the World Crochet Along. You can use your own version of a magic ring, that is perfectly fine. We'll chain 1, which does not count as a stitch, and we'll work 10 single crochet into this ring. 1, 2. 9 and 10 single crochet. We will join to the first single crochet with a slip stitch. You can tighten your ring somewhat, but you don't want to pull it all the way tight as we're going to be working into that ring next round. Round 2, we will chain 1, does not count as a stitch, and we're going to work back into this magic ring, working over the previous stitches. So we're going to place 16 single crochet. So pull that loop a little bit longer to work over or around the stitches of round 1. So that's 2, 3, and 4, and you can slide those around to tighten them up before it gets too tight. 5, 6, 8, 12, 15 and 16 single crochet. We're going to join to our first single crochet, but we want to find that third loop in the back. So just behind our top horizontal loops, there'll be an extra loop at the back. We want to join with a slip stitch to that loop. Okay, and if you have room to tighten up the magic ring a little bit more, you can do so at this point. So 16 single crochet for round 2. We will chain 1 to start, which does not count as a stitch. Then we're going to single crochet in that third back loop, that extra loop on the back of our stitches, chain 1. And we'll do that 16 times around, finding that extra loop on the back, single crochet, chain 1. So you can go ahead and work 16 of the single crochet, chain 1, and I'll meet you at that point. If you're finding these third loops at the back a little bit tight and hard to work into, you can take a smaller crochet hook and lift it up or stretch it out before you work into it. If you need. So if they're a bit tight, just take that extra hook, sort of stretch the loop up. You can try doing a few at a time. You might need to do it one at a time depending on how tight your work is, but that's helpful if you're having a tough time getting your hook in those back loops. When you've worked your way around, we want to join to our starting single crochet with a slip stitch, and you can fasten off if you're changing colors. So you should have 16 single crochet and 16 chain 1 spaces. If you're changing colors like I am for round 4, we are going to start with a new color in any of the chain 1 spaces, and we're going to work a puff mini stitch. So we start with our slip knot on the hook, yarn over, insert into that chain 1 space and pull up a loop, 3 loops on your hook. yarn over, insert in the same space, pull up another loop, 5 loops on your hook, one more time, yarn over, insert, pick up a loop, 7 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through 6 loops, leaving that last loop, yarn over, pull through 2 for a puff mini stitch. We'll chain 1, and in the next chain 1 space we'll work another puff mini. 2 and 3, yarn over, pick up a loop, 7 loops on the hook, yarn over, pull through 6 loops, yarn over, pull through 2, chain 1. So we'll continue to work that around, working these puff mini stitches in each of the chain 1 spaces with the chain 1 in between. After the last stitch, we will join with a slip stitch to our starting stitch, but do not fasten off. You will have 16 puff mini stitches and 16 chain 1 spaces. Round 5, we will slip stitch into that first chain 1 space. So we'll work with the starting puff. For this round, we will pull that loop from our slip stitch just a little bit longer, and then start our yarn over, insert, pull up a loop, 3 loops on our hook. Yarn over, insert, pull up a loop, 5 loops on our hook, yarn over, insert, pull up a loop, 7 loops on our hook, yarn over, pull through all 7 this time, chain 1 to close, which does not count as a stitch. That's our starting puff. We will chain 2 and work a puff stitch in the next chain 1 space. So yarn over, pull up a loop 3 times. You'll have 7 loops on the hook, yarn over, pull through all 7, chain 1 to close, and then chain 2. So you can continue to work these puff stitches all the way around. And I'll meet you at the end. So once you've worked your way around, we will join to our starting puff. I find it easiest to go into that closing chain to make the join. You should have 16 puff stitches and 16 chain 2 spaces. If you're changing color as the pattern did, you will fasten off. Start round 6 with a standing back post single crochet. So with the knot on our hook, we'll enter from the back, just in that space before any of the puff stitches, around the front of the puff and back out to the back, and grab that yarn and pull it through. So we have those 2 loops on our hook, yarn over, and complete the single crochet for our standing back post single crochet. Chain 3. We'll back post single around the next puff stitch. Chain 3, back post single around the puff stitch. And we'll continue that all the way around. I'll meet you at the end of this round. So once you've worked your way around, we will join with a slip stitch to the top of our standing back post single crochet. And do not fasten off. 16 back post single crochet and 16 chain 3 spaces. You may find your work cups a little bit at this point. That will work its way out. Round 7, we'll chain 1, which does not count as a stitch, single crochet in that same back post single where we joined, 3 single crochet in the chain 3 space, single crochet in the back post single. We'll continue that around, 3 single crochet in each chain 3 space, single crochet in that back post single. So when you've worked your way around, you want to be careful to put the 3 single crochet in that last chain 3 space as well before joining to our starting single crochet and fastening off. 64 single crochet. Round 8, we have a couple of different stitches that we're going to work on, and I'll help you with those. I'm starting with a new color. I want to yarn over twice, and I'm going to insert my hook into the first single crochet of any group of 3 in the chain 3 spaces. Pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, leaving 3 loops on the hook. Yarn over once, skip 2 stitches, into the next stitch we'll insert and pull up a loop. There should be 5 loops on our hook. Yarn over, pull through 2 4 times. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So we're left with the 1 loop on our hook. Chain 2, and then we're going to double crochet into these crossed loops. So it's this 1 loop from the first treble and that side loop of the second treble. So we're going to insert our hook under both of those. So yarn over once, insert through those 2 loops, yarn over, pull up a loop, and finish the double crochet for our crossed treble stitch. We're going to work 3 more of those, so we yarn over twice and we'll insert into the same stitch as the second part of our first cross treble is in. Pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 for those 3 loops on the hook. Yarn over once, skip 2 stitches, insert in the next to pull up a loop, 5 loops on our hook. Yarn over, pull through 2 4 times, leaving 1 loop on the hook. Chain 2, yarn over, and double crochet in those 2 front loops that made the crossed part of the trebles. And finish the double crochet. That's 2, we'll make 2 more. Leave 3 loops on the hook, skip 2, pull through 2 4 times, chain 2, double crochet in those crossed loops. And 1 more cross treble, yarn over twice into that same stitch to pull up our first loop, yarn over, pull through 2. Skip 2 into that next stitch, yarn over, pull through 2 4 times, chain 2. Yarn over, insert into those 2 front loops, pull up our loop, and finish a double crochet. So we've made 4 crossed treble stitches. We'll chain 1, skip a stitch, and then we're going to work a corner cluster. So we yarn over 2 times, insert into that next stitch after we skip 1, and pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops twice. So we'll have 2 loops left on our hook, yarn over once, insert into the same stitch and pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through 2 loops for 3 loops on the hook. Yarn over, insert into the same stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through 2 loops. We'll have 4 loops on our hook, yarn over twice into the same stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through 2 loops. We should have 5 loops on our hook. So I'll do that once more. Pull through 2 twice for 5 loops on our hook, yarn over, pull through all 5 loops, and chain 1 to close. The chain 1 does not count as a stitch, and that's our corner cluster. We will chain 1, skip 1, and then we'll repeat that again, working those 4 treble cluster or crossed trebles, and then the corner cluster. So you can repeat that 3 more times, and I'll meet you just at the end of this round. So once you've worked your way all the way around with those 4 sets of 4 crossed trebles and the corner cluster, we will join to the top of our starting treble to finish this round. Round 9, we're going to start working at any of these corner cluster stitches with a special stitch called a corner fan. So yarn over twice, insert from the front around the back of the cluster back to the front, and pull up a loop. Yarn over and pull through 1 loop only. There'll be 4 loops on our hook, then yarn over, pull through 2 3 times. Then we will chain 1, and we want to work 4 treble with a chain 1 in between these 2 posts. So you can see how they're on either side of that cluster stitch. We'll insert between the far side and the post at the back to pull up a loop and finish our treble. Chain 1, and 1 more treble, to complete our corner fan. Then we'll work 2 double crochet in this chain 2 space of the cross treble, and a half double crochet in between the 2 cross trebles. 2 single crochet in that next chain 2 space, single crochet between these 2 cross trebles, 2 single crochet in the next chain 2 space, half double crochet between these 2 cross trebles, and 2 double crochet in that last chain 2 space, and ready to begin again with a corner fan. So yarn over twice, we work that front post treble, pull up a loop. With the first yarn over, we're only pulling through 1 loop, and then yarn over, pull through 2 loops 3 times, chain 1, treble into those side loops at the base of the treble we just made, and we'll do that 4 times. Three and 4, and repeat around. When you have completed the round, you will join with a slip stitch to our starting treble and fasten off. You'll have 5 single crochet, 2 half doubles, and 4 double crochet each side, plus a corner fan in the corner. Round 10, we are going to start in any of the corner fans in the second chain 1 space. We'll begin with 2 standing half double crochet. So a standing half double crochet plus a second half double crochet in the second chain 1 space of any corner fan. Chain 3, we'll skip the treble, place 2 half double crochet in that next space, chain 1, we'll skip the next stitch and the chain 1 space and half double crochet in that last treble of the corner fan, and chain 1, and we'll do that a total of 6 times where we skip a stitch, half double crochet in the next stitch, chain 1, skip a stitch, half double crochet. It's 3, that's 6 times, and then we want to place a half double crochet in that first treble of the corner fan as well. Chain 1, skip the space and that next treble, and then in the next chain 1 space we will place 2 half double crochet, chain 3, 2 half in the next space, and ready to repeat that down the other 4 sides or 3 sides. So you can go ahead and work that around, and I'll meet you at the end of this round. When you've worked your way around, we will join with a slip stitch to our starting half double crochet and fasten off. Seven half double crochet, 8 chain 1 spaces per side, 2 halves, chain 3, 2 halves in the corners. Round 11, starting in any of those chain 3 corner spaces, we will place 5 double crochet. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 double crochet to start the round. We'll chain 2, skip these first 2 half double crochet, and then in the chain 1 space we will make a puff. So yarn over, pull up a loop 3 times for those 7 loops on the hook, yarn over, pull through all 7, chain 1 to close, chain 1, puff in the next chain 1 space, and we'll do that 6 more times. Then we'll chain 2 and work the 5 double crochet in that corner space again. 4 and 5 double crochet, ready to work down the side again with those puff stitches. So you can go ahead and repeat that all the way around, and I'll meet you at the end of the round. Once you've worked all the way around, we will join with a slip stitch to our starting double crochet and fasten off. You will have 8 puff stitches, 7 chain 1 spaces, and 2 chain 2 spaces per side with a 5 double crochet in the corners. Round 12, we will place a double crochet in that middle or third double crochet of the group of 5 in the corner. Chain 2 and place a second double crochet in that same stitch to form our new corner. We'll place a back post double crochet around each of these next 2 doubles. Back post double crochet. Chain 1, we'll skip the space and we'll work a back post double around the puff. And repeat that down the side. Chain 1, back post double around the puff stitch. So So after our 8th back post double around the 8th puff stitch, we will chain 1, work a back post double around each of these next 2 stitches. 1 and 2. And then ready to work our next corner in that next double crochet, placing the double crochet, chain 2, double crochet, ready to work down the next side. So you can go ahead and repeat that on the other sides. Once you've worked your way around, you will join to your starting stitch, but do not fasten off. Each side has 12 back post double crochet, 9 chain 1 spaces, and the corners are double crochet, chain 2, double crochet. Round 13, you can slip stitch into that corner space to start, and we'll work a half double crochet, chain 3, half double crochet. I'm going to start with a chain 2 to act as my first half double crochet, then chain 3, and place another half double crochet in that corner space. We'll half double crochet in each of these next 3 stitches. 1, 2, and 3 half double crochet. And then we'll half double crochet in the chain space and in the stitch. We'll do that a total of 9 times. Half double crochet in the space, half double crochet in the stitch. And then we'll half double crochet in these last 2 stitches, ready to work the corner again with that half double crochet, chain 3, and half double crochet, and ready to start down the next side. So you can go ahead, repeat that all the way around, joining to our starting half double crochet or the second chain if you started with a chain 2 as I did, and then fasten off. 23 half double crochet per side with the half double crochet, chain 3 half double crochet in each corner. Round 14, starting in any chain 3 corner space, we will start with the double crochet, chain 3, double crochet. Then we'll work a back post double crochet around each of the 25 stitches down the sides, and placing the double crochet, chain 3, double crochet in the corners. Once you've worked your way around, you can join to our starting double crochet and fasten off. 25 back post double crochet per side with the double crochet, chain 3, double crochet in the corners. Round 15, we will start with 2 treble in the corner space. One treble crochet, 2 treble crochet, chain 3, and 2 more trebles in that same corner space. We'll chain 1, skip 1 stitch, and in the next stitch we'll make a puff mini. So you yarn over, pull up a loop 3 times for those 7 loops on your hook. Yarn over, pull through 6 loops, yarn over, pull through the 2 loops. We'll do that 13 times. Chain 1, skip 1, puff mini. So 13 of those puff mini stitches, we'll chain 1, skip the last stitch, and then ready to work our corner again with those 2 treble, chain 3, and 2 more treble before working down the next side. So you can go ahead working that all the way around, joining to our starting stitch at the end of the round, but do not fasten off. "13 puff mini, 14 chain 1 spaces per side with the 2 treble, chain 3, 2 treble in the corners. Round 16, we will slip stitch into the next stitch and into that corner space, and start with a starting treble or a chain 4, whichever you prefer, and we'll make a second treble in that same space, chain 3, and 2 more treble in that same corner space, we'll chain 1, skip the first stitch. So we've chained 1, we'll skip the first stitch. We're going to work a puff mini in this next treble crochet, chain 1. Then we're going to work puff minis in these chain 1 spaces from last round, chain 1. And we'll continue down the side. We will do this 14 times of the puff mini in the chain space. So you will have worked 14 times that puff stitch in the chain 1 space. So far we'll have 15 of those puff mini. We'll chain 1 after that 14th in the space, skip the next stitch and make a puff stitch, a puff mini stitch in the last stitch of the side. Chain 1 and then 2 treble in the corner space, chain 3 and 2 more treble. So you can work that all the way around, joining to our starting treble or the 4th chain of the chain 4, however you started that, to finish off this round, and you can fasten off as well. 16 puff mini per side, 17 chain 1 spaces, and then the corners have the 2 treble, chain 3, 2 treble. Round 17, our final round for this square, we will start with a half double crochet, chain 3, half double crochet in any of the corner spaces. We'll half double crochet in each of these first 2 stitches, and then working down the side, we'll half double crochet in the space, and then half double crochet in the puff mini, in the space, and in the stitch. So you can continue that down the side, and I'll meet you just before the next corner. So as you've worked down the side, after this last puff, you will half double crochet in the chain space, half double crochet in that first treble, and then place 1 more half double crochet in that last stitch of the side before working our new corner, half double crochet, chain 3, half double crochet. So you can continue to work that all the way around, joining to your starting stitch to fasten off and to finish this square. There will be 38 half double crochet per side plus the corners of half double crochet, chain 3, half double crochet.